Hey, it's Dizzy. I'm out at the farm, and I had a mess to deal with both yesterday and today. Start with the mess that I had to deal with today. I get here this morning, and I see in this area, it's just between my two gates, there's a little mini mule out at the farm named Spunky, or as I call him, Spunky Dunky. And he was in here, and I'm looking at him, and it's like, Spunky, how in the world did you get in here? My first thought was that he got loose, and somebody that's not familiar with the farm was able to catch him back in this area and just let him in here, not knowing where he belonged. Well, as soon as I left Callie in the Jeep and walked in here, closed the gate behind me, all set to try to catch him, and as soon as I got in, I realized that Spunky wasn't the only one that was in here. I get into this area, and Spunky just fits right where I came through. Found a bunch of horses in here that did not belong. You can see they made a mess in here. My horses very rarely poop in the running, and I can tell why what's in here that it's not from them. Well, with probably what's all up in here. And it's like, okay, now how did they get in here and where are my horses? Well, I come out here and I can see that I've got ropes down all the way down on there, and the gate back there was down. Now, the thing about gates that I have on this field, these are not regular gates. These are corral panels. A while ago, I had cut off one thing that it's supposed to have and put this on because I'd had to worry about the horses in this field tearing down the gate and getting in. And as a precaution this morning, I tied that because I don't need to have mess with again. But I had to come down in here, and I had a lot of fixing to do. And I wasn't going to try to chase those horses out until I got everything fixed. And yes, the electric was on, but even with the electric on, and I don't know if it was my horses that went through, if it was their horses that went through, were wet, but this line and this line were down. Forget what it was, one or two on this side were down, as well as either one or two of this was down. So working my way back, got them, of course I turned off the electric, got that all taken care of, and then get back here. And this gate was the hardest thing that I had to deal with. And like I said, it's not a regular gate. It doesn't have the regular setup for hanging it as a gate. But it's not really ever been a problem before. And like I said, they had it tore down. This is not the first gate that's been torn down this week. I think a lot of it is the mower is broke, so farm owner hasn't really been able to keep up with mowing everything. She does have riding mowers, but you can only do so much with that. Been keeping these fields pretty much mowed, myself and another person. When I got out here yesterday, well, there's supposed to be 2 thoroughbreds in this field. They're belong to the granddaughter of the owner, and then she had taken one with her because this is a 4-H fair, and there were 5 horses in here that didn't belong and no thoroughbreds. So my first thought was that she had taken both thoroughbreds, the one to ride, the other just for the exposure. So I sent her a text, and nope, she did not have the other horse with her. So came in, I opened this gate and I let all of them out. They were very happy to get out. And I didn't do it yesterday because I didn't have any baling twine with me. Did that this morning. I went ahead and I tied the gate to the post. Then it was a matter of trying to find her horse. And her horse was running up there. That's where her horse was. So I took a lead rope and hauled her down with me and was able to catch him. When getting back into my field, this gate was a lot harder to put back in place. This one, it needs to be replaced, or not replaced, it needs to be rehung. That is on the list, it just hasn't happened yet. And like I said, this one I've never had a problem. Well, what I finally ended up doing was I got a piece of 2x4 and stuck it under the wheel there. And with that, I was able to get it back on. I was able to dry the horses out with a dressage whip. And then it was a matter of going to find my horses. And they were over there. So I called them. And next thing I knew, fence needs to have some repair work done over there. But they were in this field over here. And not only were they in that field, but there's this stupid little mini stud on the farm. He was hot on their tail. And I could tell that they were about done with him. They wanted to come in, but it's a matter of, can I catch him? Especially with the stud. I would have liked to have just opened up the gate between the two fields and see if I could get him in. But I was afraid if I did that, yeah, you have to worry about him getting in as well, and I really didn't want him in. So I grabbed this. This is a handy little thing that I have. I'll have to use it on a horse one day with a tripod set up and show you how it's used. But you basically can use it to make a halter and lead to lead a horse. And was able to walk right up to Misty, so I could tell that she wanted to get out of there. And put it around her. There's a small riding arena next to this field here, and as long as the boards are up, which he likes to take down, he can't get in there unless the gate is open. So I opened the gate, was able to get Misty in, and then was able to get Licorice in, and then led Misty out. And Licorice might have just followed me, but I wasn't going to take any chances on having her run off someplace else. So I got them both in, I've got them fed, and then it's a matter of checking them out. And Licorice looks like she's got a little bit there, maybe a little bit there. But you can see where she's got right there. I did put swat on this to hopefully keep the flies away. Misty, on the other hand, she's got this. I am going to be keeping an eye on that. I did put swat on it. It's not really something that you can bandage that easily. And thank God neither are lame. I'm glad I wasn't planning on riding today, because I don't think I would have. I would have just considered that too much on them. And they said they're not lame, so hopefully nothing else will happen. But it was a real mess.